Hello. Okay, so US session today, 29th of August, 2024. Hello. I did trade this morning. I did trade the EU session. I just didn't do it live, but I did record it. I need to do a voiceover for it, however. So I'm going to have to do that probably tonight. I'll see how tired I am once I'm done. It was an interesting session. It was an interesting session. The DAX did what the DAX has done to me for the past week or so, where it took me in one direction and then immediately reversed on me. So that was enjoyable. And the FTSE gave us a first bar negative, but it didn't trigger the position, after which it then rallied a considerable amount. So that was a little bit annoying. We've got about 2 minutes to market open on the US session. We'll see how it goes tonight. We did have some news at 4:30 Mauritian time. That was just some unemployment numbers that came out. Didn't make a very big impact on price. So we'll see how the open goes. Yeah, business as usual. Same old. I'm gonna swap over to the charts and just show you today's history. So that was this morning's session. So we had a loser in the DAX. That's the one that I said took us one way and reversed on us. That was a aggressive long position. Then I had a break even the other way. I switched flipped the switch, cheapers, flipped the switch and went short. It dropped, I'd say probably a good 15 or 16 points before turning back around and stopping us out for break even. The third trade was a school run long. Again, market rallied about 21 points, came back on us again, stopped us out for break even, well, a little bit less than break even, and then proceeded to turn back around and rally again, at which point I got back into the trade, a little bit higher than the traditional school run, and we made 42 points, so not bad. Okay, market is open. Dow is looking strong today, so we'll see how that translates. And NASDAQ is also looking quite strong. So we shall wait and see how it goes. Obviously going to be mindful of the risk. And just trade the usual strategies. Oh, that's hot. Shoo. Interesting to see if we'll break some of these previous highs today in the Dow. Pretty negative showing to begin with. Be interesting if it could reach 41,220. If it did, I'd look to be a buyer. Just keep an eye on that, and quite a positive showing out of the NASDAQ off of the open. So coming off of a losing day yesterday. Yesterday was tough. Winning morning. Let's see if we can keep it going that way. Not a bad place for a short, actually. But it's a bit early. Alright, so first bar is looking positive. If we get back below this bar, I'll look to short. However, that's quite a strong move. Just gonna pop a short position in there. Kind of want to bar that. So if you get another little push down, and I'll buy it. I want to be around 29, 30, 29, somewhere there. Let's see if it gives us a chance. Oh, that was quick. Grief. Looking at just a quick scalp here, perhaps. Okay, we're in. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay, just a quick scalp. Didn't like that push down. So that was just a quick 6 points there. That is a massive first bar in the Dow. Holy smokes. Hey! 190 points. That's massive. Okay. Whew. I think we're going to have big ranges today by the looks of it. $111 points in the NASDAQ. Wowee. That's very strong. Very strong and very weak, so gonna have to think quite seriously about this market today. The ranges seem to be quite large. Let's cancel this order for now, because if we want to take that short underneath the first candle's low, I'd like to see it come back quite quickly. I don't want to take that trade soon after open, and right now at 110 points away from the opening price, yeah, we've got some waiting to do. So this would be the next level that I'd look at for a buy opportunity. What is that? Around 41,130. Why not specifically this level here at 40,830? Well, I think this level is a little bit stronger. This was just a quick down and quick back up again. Although we do have a few recent points there, but I think most recently this 41,130 level, well, that's the lows there are 41,086, so I'd be interested just below that to look for a long position. We'd imagine in this area there'd be some buyers. That's on the hourly. Very big ranges today. Let me just check here. Let's see how the market reacts here. For a prior Prior bar low buy opportunity. I don't think I'll take it because it's not long before the aggressive sets up, but just out of interest. That's quite a deep push. Scalp on first bar. Negative. At 41.223. Closed at 41.230. Glad I treated that as a scalp actually, because if I hadn't, okay, this is the signal bar that's starting to set up now on the aggressive side. Let's see what type of range we get out of it. Last candle, 60 points. Ouchie! Very expensive. I might just be an observer today. Got an inside bar. $40,750. I mean, that's a good 500 points away. Oh my god, no, that's way too big now. 70 points on the aggressive side. We may just be watching today. We're getting down to this point here. Um, 41,080. So I would consider a long position. That's big. It's reminiscent of last night. We had about 60 points worth of risk and we got decimated. If it wasn't for a Hail Mary flipping of the switch, allowing us to make back 60 points, last night would have really sucked. So okay, we've retested these highs. We're breaking above them. New highs on the day. I think I'm going to sit the aggressive school run out. That leaves the traditional, but the traditional is also a hell of a lot of risk. It's 88 points on the 88 points on the NASDAQ, and it's 73 points on the Dow. It's now about 100 points on the Dow. I don't know if I want to trade this on the short side. God, that's a lot of risk. Smoking up a storm. 2 mines. Okay, I'm just gonna watch. That's that range, that risk profile on that range is a bit too much for me. If I could decrease position size further, I'd look at it, but the Dow has just fallen off a cliff. So it got to 84. 82 it got to. And now it's pulled back. So yeah, that's the level I was looking at. Just under here. Under that one. I actually don't want to be in that. Too scared. I'm too scared. Now it's pulling back. Yeah. Okay, the school run is going to be setting up 2 minutes time. So that's everything is still a little bit too frantic. You see how quickly we push up and then pull back. It's like I don't think frantic is the right word. It's erratic. So I'm just going to watch for now. you know, that quick movement up and down can be a matter of 40 points. So, what is the S&P doing? Very similar to the NASDAQ. Well, not really. That's quite a big bar for the S&P as well. Okay, so NASDAQ is already on its way. So is the Dow on the school run side. So, missed them both already. So is the S&P. Well, if I'd stayed in this one, I'd be looking okay now. Open was at 41,197 and we 41,250. So that would have been cool. I'm just I'm too scared of the amount of risk. So the whole point of this is to conserve your, well, is to protect your capital. And obviously grow it. But I'm not going to risk nearly 10% on one trade. No ways. Not quite 10%, probably about 6 or 7%, but still. Right, so there's the NASDAQ doing its thing. A small little rally and then a pullback. Would have been break even for me if I'd taken it. I am for some reason interested in the NASDAQ short. This is a bit of a range here that we broke down out of then came straight back into it. And now we've retested the highs of that range. Question is, and it's rhetorical, would it come back down and retest the lows of the range? Is it going to get back into a range here is essentially what I'm getting at. If it is the case, then the short side of the school run is pretty close to the bottom of that range. There is the low there. But close is close enough when it comes to the market. Or is there a potential for it to break above the highs of this range, in which case a test over there or over there is not impossible. So, whew, that's nice. So that's being a professional speculator. Well, professional, not really professional, but an avid speculator, I guess. Haven't reached the professional stage yet. Yeah, so if I had taken that long underneath these lows that I was looking at, and at these lows, life would be great right now. And that's what I said to myself last night, is I wasn't going to call a trade and not take it, but if you want to call me chicken, that's for damn sure. Give me 100k to trade with and then different story. Or even 10k. See how strong this pullback is. Still like to be a seller below the first bar. Maybe a short here at these. This could be a little bit of resistance now. So it is acting as a little bit of resistance, but we're not getting we're not bouncing off of it too much. There we go. Slightly better. Or perhaps just a pullback before a further rally. Prior bar low. There. Like to see what's going on in the European markets. Yeah, so that weakness in the Dow did translate in the DAX. So wondering how much longer Telegram is going to be operational with its CEO having been arrested. I'm just saying that because I do use it. Okay, so it was just a pullback before higher prices, so didn't respect that level too much. You live and you learn. God's sakes. So it would have been a successful school run long on the Dow and kind of on the NASDAQ. But NASDAQ is pulling into a little bit of a range here, looks like. So interesting. Probably not going to trade anything. I might wait for the brunch break. On the Dow, interested to see what it does when it gets back to the previous highs. But doesn't that structure there look very similar to something like that? Probably more on the hourly though. No, it wasn't. It was before this. Looks pretty similar. The 5 minute anyway. Sharp down and sharp back up again. Kind of like that short. If we get to the order. I do kind of like it, I just don't like the risk. So, probably just going to watch it. I learned my lesson last night. Having lost, I think we lost 130 points and then we gained back 60. Is that correct? So we lost 60 there, 50 there. Yeah, 110 points. And then got back more, got back 60 and 36. Oh, there we go. Here's the short position would have triggered. Let's see. I want to very badly, but no. Gotta know when to take it and when to leave it. Perhaps this is the resistance level that the Dow. What is going on with my speech today? That the Dow will respect. Man, do I want to be short that? I mean, if we get a close below this low here, if we get a close below 478, I'd expect to see it go lower. Perhaps here, 360. Still 7 minutes before then. It could just go straight to 360. As it definitely looks as if it wants to go lower. There are sellers. But the buyers are keeping it there. Coming back up to previous highs, perhaps new highs. Something like that. That would have been a very good school run. Very, very good. The buyers have pushed them all the way back up. So yeah, maybe as we see it now, short wasn't the way as yet. But I mean, if you were in that school run and you hadn't moved your stop to break even, you'd be pretty upset now. Should have though, because it was a good 30 points of profit at the highest. At the high of that move. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong. Interesting. Still a long time before the brunch break. I'd like to see the structure at that point as well as the range of that candle. So yeah, we did exactly that. We tested back the bottom of the range and we got pushed back to the top. So this is quite a strong range, or well-established range, besides this freak of a movement here that we saw yesterday. So when you have that perspective and you see that the traditional has set up at both extremes of the range, in my mind that's even more confirmation that I'm not going to be taking it, because this is a breakout strategy and yeah, the likelihood that we could see a fake out before pulling back in is pretty high. So I like to see a little bit of direction, preferably, when considering the traditional as well as the aggressive. Traditionally, when trading a ranging market, you want to be a seller of the top and a buyer of the bottom. In this circumstance, we would be doing something very counterintuitive, and that's buying the top of the range or selling the bottom of the range. As you can see, it wouldn't have worked here or here. 30 odd points there on that fake out. But the likelihood of having caught that at its absolute max before it came back and stopped out for break even, unlikely. Okay, so a good 40 minutes before the brunch break. About 14 points this session. Not a whole lot, but better than nothing. I wanted to play some music for myself, but when I did that yesterday, then the YouTube freaked out a little bit with the streaming. I think my internet is strong enough. Okay, so well, DOW looking for new highs. There was something in my pocket that was irritating me. It's my wallet. So far it seems to be okay with the music playing. $71 points, this little bar. 68, right? Yeah, 68 or so. Just that little bar. Okay, looks like it's going to be long. I'm not going to take it. Just want to watch. Don't like this range. If it breaks out, it breaks out. I'm not looking to take any big risks tonight. But just for interest's sake, see what's up. If breakout, it shows, if it does show any at all. Kind of makes it tricky in the range because you don't actually know which way it's going to break out and which direction it's going to move in after that. Whoopsie. Whereas a trend, once a market's trending, it tends to keep trending, obviously to a point, but you know the general direction that the market is moving. When you have a range like this, you have no clue which way it's going to actually break and move. Especially in this case where we've had a strong breakdown and then a strong rally straight back up. That doesn't indicate a direction at all. So very tricky. The Dow at least, okay, apart from this area here, which has been very flat, we've had a gradual bullish trend. Now that is after hours trading, I grant you. Perhaps, you can see kind of overall we're in a bullish trend. But I mean, we're not trading it on these higher time frames. We're looking for something a little bit more recent. So we've had a bullish trend, and now most recently we in this range over here, of which we broke below, and we've come back up to the tops of that range again. But overall we can see that the move up until then has been quite bullish. But I mean, this is like very similar to what we've seen there and here. If we went onto an even bigger time frame, 4 hour, something like this, strong push down and a push straight back up again. On the daily it's a little bit more prominent. Market movement, eh? Yeah, so if the NAS can break above these previous highs and actually get above, either with some strong momentum or even like a close above, it'd be a little bit more telling. But right now we haven't been able to break above this high, this most previous high just yet. But we have got higher lows apart from that pullback there, but pretty much, well, I guess that's kind of like the last swing, but Yeah. It looks as though it wants to go. Buyers are keeping it there. I'd imagine there to be some sellers in this area here. Okay, quite a decent breakdown in the Dow. So we didn't get the continuation just yet. There we go. And so we got new highs. On the day. It's a pretty bullish pattern. Ooh, ha. That. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so this is the setup bar for brunch break. We got 13 minutes to wait. There's a decent range on this. I may look at trading it. I kind of like where it is. Virtual asset break, no. Interesting. Sorry, I was just reading something. Oh, no, man. Okay, well that last little rally up has messed up the risk profile again. And there's a little bit of congestion here as well for this brunch break. Let's see. Okay, it's trying again. Might go this time. Okay, 2.5 minutes. Oh, come on, don't do that. Seriously? Yeah, this is a watching session. 2 little scalps, but no, the one scalp. The second one I took on a school run, but I was too scared to stay in it. I see that range is a bit too big now, and I don't like where it is. 73 sherbet. I'd actually expect us to see new highs. Oh, you son of a... 100 points. It'll probably be a long one. Long position. Let's see. Let's retest at the highs. Let's see what the brunch break calls for. Yeah, probably high. High. Long. There's no ways I can take it. Not with that risk. But there it goes. Yeah, so new highs. Ugh. Okay, so long would have sucked. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts at these highs. One, two, three, four, five, 6 attempts on the NASDAQ to get higher, with no luck. Expect to see a push back down to the bottom of the range now in the NASDAQ. Back down to here. We'll see. Playing piano. Yeah, so pull straight back into the range. Interesting. Wonder if we're going to get pulled back to the bottom of this range, or maybe even 375 or so. This chair's killing my back. Not the strongest pullback. Well, I think that's it for the night. I don't foresee anything else happening, and if it does, I'll just record it, but I don't think I'm going to trade any. So, that is the tally for today. 31 points. P&L 24. So, it was an okay day. This session, nothing to write home about. I was far too scared of the range. Big ranges today. These big swings. So, yeah, okay. I'll be back. I will be back tomorrow for the European session. Today was okay. Just okay. Just trying to think if there's anything that I need to touch on for myself to think about later, but I don't think so. All of the entries were according to a plan. The trades were managed as best as possible. And yeah, we managed to come out on top. So a little bit of a respite from yesterday's horrible losing day. But I've really got to get to a stage now where this account starts growing, not at a rapid rate, but at a little bit more of a decent, see a little bit more decent growth. kind of been hovering around this 980, back down to 930, then 950, then back up to 970. So I seem to go through those stages where I get hung around a balance for a certain amount of time. I don't know if that's psychological just yet. I don't think so. But I need to break above the 1,000 mark now. It's been a bit long. So we'll have to see. But not going to change anything. Do everything exactly the same way. So yeah, I'm happy with the way everything is going at the moment. I'm mediocre with the way that everything is going at the moment. I just wish I could trade a little bit of a bigger position size. And then also be able to decrease position size if needs be. Like today, I would have definitely decreased position size, and there would have been an additional 3 trades that I would have taken if it wasn't if I wasn't worried about the risk percentage per trade on the account balance, because the potential risk on each of those trades was quite a fair amount more than 2% per trade. Try not to go above 2% per trade. I know I do, but not to the point of nearly 10% per trade. That's borderlining on a little bit dangerous. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll see tomorrow how it goes. Tomorrow's Friday, last Friday of the month. We may see a trending day. We'll see. Hoping for a trending day. A trending day would be lovely. I'd like to catch that trend and ride it for as long as I can. So we'll see. Okay, that'll do it. I will have the EU's session up. I had to trade the EU session today, not in the office, on my laptop from another office. So I've got to go through that video and I guess do a voiceover of the trades and then upload it get it off my hard drive and upload it to YouTube. Cool, I'll be doing that.